welcome to the channel. My name is Robin from Roverzevel FPV, and in my previous video where I unboxed the LDARC ET100 V2, we saw that it came with a flysky receiver, as it says on the box right here, and I use a taranis, so that's frsky. So in this video I'm going to show you how to swap and install an XM Plus receiver, bind it to my taranis. But first I will prepare the XM Plus, since it doesn't say if it is the international version FCC or the European LBT. And the added benefit, after flashing new firmware, I will have RSSI that shows me the signal strength between the transmitter and receiver. I will do so by connecting the XM Plus with these pins to the servo connector in the bottom of my taranis. Then I'll flash the firmware that's installed on the SD card to the XM Plus. To prepare this, I have soldered these pins that comes with the XM Plus to a servo connector that you will have to source yourself. You can get these on Banggood or at any hobby shop. The XM Plus has 3 solder pads. The top one is square, that's the S-bus signal wire. Then we have a 5V and a ground. So we're going to hook up our connector to our taranis. On the left we have our ground wire, 5V, and our S-bus. We'll hook up the other end, S-bus on top, ground on the bottom, if you have the antennas on top. Say long press on the menu button, page one time, go into our folders. I have it saved at the bottom. Long press, flash to external device. That means our flashing is complete. Blinking stopped. Now we're at this, we're going to bind our XM Plus to our taranis. We don't have to install it on our quad just yet. I just copied my model and just renamed it because I think it's the easier way to do it. If this is the first time you're setting this up, I would recommend you watch a video of Blue Falcon. He has tons of playlists of different kinds of receivers, different kinds of transmitters, and he just explains it like a kid could do it. I didn't do that because, well, I have double arm switches and it's a hassle to set up, so I just copy. So when you have a XM Plus installed in your quad, you will have to press this tiny button and on the same time go inside your menu. Or actually, yeah, you'll hit bind first, you'll click this button, hold it, and then plug in a lipo, and then it will bind. But for that you'll need more than 2 hands. I think it's a hassle, so I prefer to do it this way. For that we're going to use the back of the taranis. It has a latch. I'll open that. It's usually used for an external module, and we'll see some pins again. One on the bottom is an S-bus connection. Then we have our ground and our 5V. So it's a little bit different from what we have set up on here, but we can just repin these and put it in the right way. So now we'll plug it in, and like I said, S-bus on the bottom, then our ground and our 5V. So to bind we go to our model page, turn the wheel back so we go to the bottom of our page. We hold down the button, external RF switch it to ppm, power zone, XM plus, and then we go to bind, telemetry off, still holding our button, starts flashing and we have a green light, which we're okay. Turn it off, turn it on again.
Welcome to OpenTX. Switch warning.
And we have a solid green light. That means we're bound. So now we have a working XM Plus that we're going to install in our quad. If we look at the manual, we can see that both receivers, the flysky and the frsky, are using same wires, both using S-bus. So we should just swap these wires out one by one and it should be easy. Here we have the flysky RX28 Pro with S-bus signal 5V ground going into the flight controller. So we're going to take it off, cut open the heat shrink, and then desolder these wires and solder them to our XM Plus. So if I pull back, cut a heat shrink like this, can heat the solder up with our soldering iron and take him off. That's one. That's two. And that's three. And that's a receiver. Just need a little bit. Just put a little bit of tin on the soldering iron and then transfer it to the pad. A red 5V to the middle pad. And our ground. I have to admit I resoldered them off camera because I just couldn't do it in shot of the camera. I'll use a bit of large heat shrink. Heat shrink will not only isolate from electrical currents, but also relieve some tensions from solder cables and the IPEX connector. So if it will ever get snagged, it won't snap off as easily. So there they are. I have the antennas embedded in the tape a little bit, otherwise they stick out way too far and they could fall up all the way into the props. But it looks kind of cute like that. If you wondered why I use an XM Plus and instead of an XM, I just really like the idea of having a little bit of extra range. You never know what you're going to do with your quad. It's a perfect indoor flyer, so that means you wouldn't go really far, but I might want to take it upstairs. You might even want to go into a parking deck or something. Then you really need to punch through concrete, so you'll need a bit of extra. This will be a nice time to check on all your bolts, see if they're tightened well. Going to do that now. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time when I hook it up to beta flight, set it up, and have the maiden flight of the LDARC ET100 V2.